Hi everyone, it's Heather and welcome back into the Paper Castle. Actually, I should probably say welcome back to myself since it's been eons since I've made a video. I apologize you guys. Usually I'm a little bit more consistent, or a lot more consistent. But it's just been a very busy winter and I haven't even really had a chance to breathe. Mostly I've just been focusing on trying to get my son, who's 18, out of high school. He has a few months left and he is making the high school experience as difficult as humanly possible. He's a smart kid, he's a good kid, but he just doesn't like to do homework. He thinks that should be optional, and the school does not agree. So it's been a lot of emails, phone calls, meetings, switching things around, having to make him take classes over again, online courses, after school courses, anything and everything just to get this child to pass and get out of school. And it's taken over my entire life. So if I make it to June 20th, I told him he's not getting any graduation presents. I'm getting the graduation presents because I deserve them. Anyway, let me get started. This isn't really a haul video. I mean, things are starting up. So I'm going to show you a few things, and then I'm going to show you a few things that sold, and that's about it for right now. I did go to a thrift store in the middle of this whole obnoxious winter that we had here in New Jersey, and I found a few things. A couple things already sold, so I can't show them to you because they've already been shipped out. But I did just sell this attractive looking guy. This is a vintage parrot tiki mug. I think he was made by Dynasty. That's the marking on the bottom. He has a little crazing down here at the bottom. But he sold for $9.99. I think I bought him for $1 when the Salvation Army store had 50% off. But I don't get out there very often because it's a half an hour away. So only when they have the really good sales. That's pretty much the only time I hit that place. There was an estate sale this weekend. That was the only thing going on. And it poured all weekend long. It was absolutely miserable. But I did take a ride over there. And I did buy a couple of things, but it wasn't the greatest sale in the world. I got this little guy. He's pewter, as far as I can tell. And on the bottom, it's hard to see, but it says Dale Hansen, whatever that town is in Alaska, and then Russian Dancer. I've seen a couple of his pieces sell for around the $20 mark. I paid $4 for this, so I'm hoping this will do the same. If it doesn't sell, my son, who collects pewter, is more than willing to take it off my hands. And then this was the only other thing that I bought there. It was this book called Air Navigation. And this is the second printing from 1938. And it is by PVH Weems. Anyway, I picked this up for $2. I did try and check it with my phone before I bought it, and I did find a couple that sold. And these are averaging around $30 a piece, so not too bad for a $2 investment. Then I was able to go to my very favorite barn sale that's only a couple miles up the road. They had that, I think, 2 weeks ago. And I bought a few things that already sold. But these things I don't have up yet because I have to take pictures of them. Well, I have to find out if some of them work. And also I want to take probably video of them and put them in my listing. But this is the Pac-Man game from Tomitronic. There's no date on it. I'm guessing it's from the 80s. I have to put batteries in it and test it. Pac-Man is the one and only video game that I've ever been interested in playing, and the only one that I'm even remotely good at. So I might have to keep this around if it works and play with it for a little while before I sell it. Not really worth very much. and the sticker here is coming off and it's got some scrapes and scratches, so I might make 10. I think I paid 2 for it. Then there's this guy. I'm gonna probably have to take another video of this guy separately and show you guys, because he's really, really cool. This is Mr. Clock Radio, and he does a whole bunch of things. I probably haven't even figured out all the things that he does yet, but he does work. The only thing wrong with it is the screen is a little clouded, but you can still see it fine when you plug it in. But he has an alarm, hour, minute, time set. That's the tuner for the radio. And then with this, you hit the fortune button, and he asks you to ask him a yes or no question, and then hit the snooze button, and then he'll give you, your fortune. But his eyes move, he's animatronic, and there's other buttons you hit and he actually goes to sleep because he makes all kinds of little noises when he's awake. But he's really, really cool. Again, probably won't make too much, maybe around 20 or so. But a really cool little item. And I have to keep it hidden from my kids, because if they saw it, they would want it right away and they would fight each other to the death over it probably. And neither one of them needs a clock radio, so they don't even know Mr. Clock Radio is in the house right now. And then the last thing I'm going to show you from the barn sale. This was my best deal. I had bought a Sirius something or another from them a year or two ago, and I think I made around $125 off of it. I paid, I think, $3. So this time around I saw this. It was buried under things at the toy table, so you really do have to dig around for things. But anyway, this is a Sirius Sportster, I think it's Replay radio. It does work. My husband has a Sirius account, so he got it going. It works great. Has all these little accessories, the car mount, and all kinds of stuff. These are the speakers that actually stand up. So I paid $5. I should be able to make, I'm hoping 50 to 100, maybe more than that, I'm not sure, because there's a whole bunch of different configurations when you search these on eBay. Some of them just have the unit, some just have the car mount, some, I haven't found, I don't think, this particular speaker configuration anywhere. So we'll just have to list it at auction and see where it goes. Then there was a sale that I hit, I think it was probably the last weekend of sales in the fall, and this woman had a big box of stuff with a basket next to it. She said fill the basket and pay $1. So I filled the basket with stuff. 2 of the things were needlework kits, so I probably paid a nickel to a dime for these. This is a Jiffy needlepoint ornament. You can stitch the back and the front, and I guess then you stuff it or something like that. Like I said, cost me a nickel to a dime. I sold it for $10.50 with free shipping, so made about, I don't know, $8.50 on it. And then this was the other one that I found in the box. This is a needlepoint or long stitch Christmas stocking, and I almost didn't buy it because it was already started. But don't let that keep you from buying things, because a lot of people will buy needlework kits that have already been started. I just sold a needlework pillow kit a couple weeks ago that I bought when I was at the Salvation Army, and the whole thing was pretty much finished except for 2 little parts of it, and then obviously I had to put the pillow together, and somebody bought it right away. But just make sure when these are open, I mean, ideally you want them brand new. If you can't get them brand new, then make sure you go through them and figure out exactly what's in the kit so you can be accurate in your listings. But that sold for about 10 this morning. Then the other thing that I sold last night at auction was this, and I've sold these before. this is a product from Creative Memories. They're a scrapbooking company. They did home parties, you know, like Pampered Chef and Tupperware and stuff like that. But it has all these different size templates, and these are the well, these are the templates. These are the actual cutting guides. There's blades in here, and these are very high in demand on eBay. I bought this at our local kids consignment sale. We have one 2 or 3 times a year, and I sell my daughter's old stuff, and I buy her new clothes there, and I also usually end up making a profit. And now I've started also going there and looking for things that I can resell. Well, I found this. It was $10, and I sold it last night at auction for $49. So I was really happy with that sale. And last but not least, I'm just going to talk to you guys for a few minutes about flatware. Every year I try and kind of go outside my comfort zone and start buying some things that I don't know too much about, and see where it leads me. So I've been buying flatware sets probably for a few years now. I did sell one a couple years ago. I broke it up into pieces. I bought the whole set for $6, broke it up into pieces, and luckily I think I ended up making about $150 on it. So I knew I had a lot of other flatware sets in the basement that I had been buying, and I was just procrastinating because I didn't feel like looking up the patterns, and I was being lazy about it. And finally I said, all right, I'm just going to suck it up and get all the silverware together and spend a couple days, just get pictures taken and list it. So that's what I ended up doing. I'll put the link to my store down below like I always do, so you guys can see what's listed now, and you can check my completed listings and see what's sold. But I have a bunch of silverware up there now, and I've already sold, and the stuff that I've pieced out, about $200 worth. I probably spent $40 total on all the sets that I've listed in the past few weeks. But this is one of them that just sold recently. I sold these 3 salad knives and these 3 dinner forks. These are from J.A. Henkel's, the same people that make the knives. You're not going to be able to see that. I didn't even know they made silverware. But I found a mixed lot of these and some other silverware from another manufacturer in a box. I think I paid $20 for it. This Henkel's has been pretty popular. I only have a few more lots left of it, and then that'll be gone. But I think these sold for around $15 each, so $30 right there, plus everything else that I've already sold in that pattern. And then my best deal, or my best sale, flatware wise, was this set. And I'm actually just shipping her the silverware, and I'm keeping the box in case I get a nice set that you know, I want to be sure is taken care of and doesn't get bashed around. But this is a set from, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. No, it's not going to focus. This is from Stanley Roberts. It says Stanley Roberts on the back, and it even says Dormel, which is the pattern, which is nice. I wish all flatware companies would print the pattern on the back. It would make life so much easier, because one of the reasons I didn't want to list the flatware was because I knew I needed the pattern. So if you don't have the pattern name, you're pretty much lost. So I just went to Google and put in the manufacturer and put in flatware pattern and then hit images, and I just go through until I find it, which usually doesn't take too long. I've had pretty good luck with that. But with this one, luckily, the pattern was already stamped on it. This is a mid-century set. And then I also checked on replacements.com. I'll put their link below. That's probably the best resource if you want to get ideas on pricing for flatware and dinnerware. Their prices are a little high, so I always price under what they have listed for their items. But anyway, I took pictures of all this stuff, and did it in lots, and I put some of the lots up for auction just to get an idea if there was any interest out there, because I had seen in the completed listings that somebody had bought a whole bunch of this stuff recently, like back in the beginning of February. So I had this stuff on for a few days. There were no watchers, so I figured, okay, well, the auction will end, and then I'll just throw all the sets up there, or all the lots up there, and let it sit and see what happens. And then I think it was Saturday night, a lady contacted me, and she said, can you give me a price on all of it? Well, obviously what I had up for auction was not all that I had. I have 58 pieces here. So I emailed her back and I said, well, before I give you a price, I said I also have more pieces of this, and I told her exactly what I had. I said, are you interested in all of it, some of it? Let me know. She came back to me and she goes, I want it all. How much? So I had a price in my head, so I started a little higher than that because I knew she'd probably come back at me with a lower price. And I ended up selling this entire set for $260 with free shipping. And she only lives in New York, so it's not going to cost very much to ship this at all. So I made $250, which is exactly where I wanted to be on it. I was really happy, and I was also happy because I bought this entire set for $13.50, including the box. That was probably 5 or 6 years ago. That's how long I've had this sitting in my basement. This was back when I first started, when I was a complete idiot. Now I'm just a partial idiot on all this eBay stuff. But back then I didn't know what I was doing. But I had read in one of my books that, you should buy Flatware. So I bought it, and now, what, 5, 6 years later, I'm very, very happy I did. Oh, and there's knives up here too. But anyway, that was my big sale of the week. So don't overlook the Flatware, guys. The Oneida, or Oneida, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Oneida. That kind of stuff is always popular. And then you can decide yourself whether you want to piece it out or you want to sell the whole set together. That's up to you. I piece it out because I find that people are looking for specific pieces because they already have the pattern. And then I figure whatever doesn't sell after a certain amount of time, I lump that together and sell that as a lot. But you can, do it whatever way you want. But don't overlook the Flatware. The only hard thing, of course, is it's hard to... You can't really look up the pattern on eBay when you're out and about because you don't know what the pattern is. But if it's a reasonable price, it's well made, it's in decent shape, then it's worth it to roll the dice. Because, let's see, I spent $40 on all the Flatware. I still have a bunch up there, and so far I've made about $450. So I'm definitely going to be looking for more of that this summer. So that's one of the things I'm going to start looking for, and give me some ideas if there are other things that you think that I should be looking for this summer. And I'm going to try and start answering your comments. I know a lot of people have left me comments, and I haven't even had time to respond, so I apologize. So thanks for listening, everyone. I'm done babbling, and I hope to be back a lot more, just like I usually am, with a lot more videos now that the season is kind of gearing up. So have a great time picking out there, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.